Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 where we are this close to our next set of goals. And you can't see it, I'm holding my fingers apart, but it's like the width of the... You get it. You get the idea. We're right on top of it. Look at it. So what happened here, we're turn 241, so I think like 5 turns have passed. I managed to sail down the coast here. The Wood Elf armies have been tracking us the whole way. You can see one of them chased us all the way to Tabaro. And I'm just looking for a place to put down where we can take over a city easily, right? Because all of our extremely good vampire regeneration only really works in regions we own. So, there were no armies anywhere around here. We settled down, or we took the beach here. And then, during the last sequence of enemy turns, both of these guys just appeared actually all the way out of nowhere and suddenly ran down on top of us. So, we're in for a little bit of a fight right away here. To reinforce, Sartosa, Miragliano, and Skavenblight are all on the big list of things that we have to own. Right? Am I right about this? These are not in any kind of order, which is annoying. But yes, Miragliano, Skavenblight, and Sartosa. Once we have them, we're going to have to either take the Oak of Ages or Khemri right over here. Honestly, Khemri's pretty close. And I kind of want to take Khemri and then burn down the Oak of Ages. I don't know. We'll see if that's actually feasible. So one of the armies who appeared here and came over to ambush us is Vlad von Karstein, running an awful lot of Vargulfs. I don't know if we've actually fought Vlad von Karstein. Have we? We fought Manfred. We had to fight Isabella on the way over here. She was sailing out, I think, with the intent of going to Ulthuan. So both of these armies have now defeated Isabella as she fled from us. Which means that we picked up the... where is it? Got a trait. It's a pretty good one. I don't know, man. We have a lot. I have a lot of traits here, and they are not really in any kind of order. But I think the lord of each of these armies has regeneration now. Man, maybe that... I don't know. That trait should be showing up on them. I'm not sure why it isn't visible on her. Cruelty restrained, yeah. We did defeat her with both armies. I think they both have it.
Landfolk are weak.
So we could go after Vlad von Karstein here. He is 18 units, sitting in a 7-unit city, with Malsar von Senkehoff on backup. He has Black Knights, but not the good ones. Not the Blood Knights. The Black Knights are a little bit easier to deal with. They're still shielded anti-infantry cavalry, which is a thing that's pretty powerful against us. We could just run over here to Sartosa and grab this right now. I kind of like the idea of crushing Vlad while he's left himself kind of vulnerable. Our armies are not in perfect shape. But if we take Vlad out now, it should be trivial to take Sartosa and run up and get Miragliano, I think. Yeah, let's just do it now.
Is it time?
So we want, obviously we want Peggy to lead the battle. I don't think I want to, like, merge her units and try to recruit any new dead or anything. Yeah, I think we would probably do it just like this.
Now, crewmen. Prepare boarding hooks.
Vlad von Karstein, you are a fool for exposing yourself here. Oh, he has 3 corpse cards. I do not think that this is a good build for an army. The settlement garrison has really nothing of value in it as long as we make sure those bats don't get into the artillery or something. So we have 20% ward save on, I don't know, the unit of crabs that's healthiest. So that they can stand and fight. Go leadership up on one of the other units of crabs. I guess the other guy who's not gold chevrons yet. And frenzy on yet another unit of crabs, because I think I'm going to try to keep the Death Guard out of combat entirely. Alright, let's do it. We could very easily have auto-resolved this, but we haven't really fought the other vampires all that much, especially on their own turf. I guess this isn't actually going to be a settlement battle, because this settlement doesn't have walls. But I'm looking forward to getting to attack some vampire settlements here, which we are going to get to do presently. So yeah, we gotta watch out for the 2 units of Blood Knights, especially rank 9 Blood Knights. Seem like they could probably really tear through a unit of gunners. Or probably even a unit of crabs, right? Because these are Lance Knights. Lance Knights are usually anti-large. Intended to be used against other cavalry. Oh, that's a little awkward. Our reinforcements coming in from that side. And this terrain is kind of bad for us. It's not really what we're looking for. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Let's set up the guns over here. Obviously, this slope is a real problem. We'll try to move forward to this area and set up somewhere flatter where the reinforcements can join us. Put the crabs right here, because the crabs are going to run forward and try to form a bridge between the two positions. Just so that our reinforcements aren't getting slaughtered as they're coming in. You guys can be right here. And yeah, Peggy should probably not be off by herself. Alright, so let's get those orders entered in. So what I really like for my ranged is something like this, I think. The artillery probably don't have to move at all. I'll move this guy with them. If the vampires come toward us at all, the artillery are already in position to fight them. I'll leave the depth guard with the artillery. If they bring anything over here, it's just going to be Blood Knights, and polearm depth guard should be pretty good at dealing with that. We'll leave this rotting Promethean gunnery mob here as well. Actually, I guess I'll leave this one here, and the only reason I'm saying that is so that we can keep a contiguous group of selections together. Right, you guys need to get over here and just kind of form a wall. Make things relatively safe. Okay. Fortunately, the melee are coming in first over here. We do have a unit of deck gunners, don't we? Maybe these deck gunners can... I don't know. I'm going to keep them right where they are. In the hopes that they will stymie any attempt by the enemies to move in on this army before it's done coming through. Okay, so the melee units all stopped immediately. But the ranged units feel like they need to run all the way forward into the enemy position. That's maybe not ideal. Let's grab all these guns and tell them to maybe chill the hell out. With all of the rapid advancement. Something a little bit more like this would be okay. The crab gunners are in place to, or at least they're headed into a position where they can defend if these guys get charged all of a sudden. Have my Mourngulls stand over here, ready to block. These gunners were not part of that order. I don't know, just stay over here. Don't charge into the middle of the enemies, how about? Alright, you guys are apparently on right now. Fortunately, units with really loose formations move through each other very easily. Alright, they are taxing my attention over here, just making a lot of stuff necessary. They did in fact go for this. I think we should be able to get rid of that guy. Alright, so you are in melee mode, clearing bats, which shouldn't take too long. You keep working that dude out. Have these units make sure that this one is getting murdered. These units make sure that the job gets finished over here. These units start shooting that guy. This unit try to fall back. Man, some of these units are way faster than my guys. I find myself like constantly a little bit flummoxed about how much faster everybody is than us. I'm so used to the incredibly slow movement speed. Skeleton spearmen are spears, but they probably are still not any good against the gunnery mobs. Because the gunnery mobs are going to be able to tear them apart with the shotgun shots, the hand cannon shots. I'm actually going to grab a unit of crabs and have them move back over here. You probably need to move back over here. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on. Oh, interesting. He turned around and is attacking the flank of the gunners. That's a pretty good move, actually. Alright, we'll get the pole arms in on him. You guys are going to have to go over there and melee those guys. Man, they are really a lot faster than we are. Able to just be on top of us from all directions at all times. Oh, sorry. This is what I want to overcast. Alright, hold on. We gotta rebuild a little bit here. So we've driven these guys off for the most part. You stay on them. Let's start collapsing this formation inward on these guys. You can do that. And all of the other guns over here, except for the deck gunners, can... Man, I don't want to move too much because I want this movement to conclude quickly. I guess we're firing into the backside of those guys. These units over here can do a similar thing right there. These polearm depth guard are definitely going to be needed over here. You just run up and give those grave guard what for. I want to pop this once he's a little bit closer. Give them a health buff. Both of these guys have, both of our lords here have the passive, I believe, that gives you army-wide health regen when you cast in the lore of vampires. So in theory, we should be getting like a really, really large amount of health regen. Or a lot of healing magic over the course of this battle. I need to withdraw these 2 units. Cannot, for some reason, select there. Come on. Think the bats are getting in my way? Okay. Yeah, we needed more melee to actually stay in the center here. Alright, look at all that beautiful, beautiful healing. Let's go for a Curse of Years. Just nuke the enemy stats here. A lot of melee attack down. Right, stay in on them. We managed to defeat the bats. The mortars are still safe. They're still getting to fire. There's some pretty juicy targets for them as well. I don't know why we have a unit of mortars that rolled up this far, but here's the thing for you to do. Okay, those are Grave Guard. Those guys are actually fairly tough. Hey, I can't help but notice that not all of you are actually in the battle. You fire into this, just this fat melee over here. We're going to lose some bodies. No two ways about that. But if this battle ends with us in control of this settlement in even kind of okay shape, it's very unlikely that the vampires will be able to recover enough to stop us from taking all of the stuff we need down here. Alright, this Vargulf is almost dead. We've almost finished him. I'm going to lose my depth guard. Turn around and shoot. Let's focus on these crypt ghouls. You know, this unit of gunners is doing a remarkably good job of fighting while some of them are in melee, which is a thing that a lot of my gunner units don't seem willing to do. Back off. They're just going to crumble, I think. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, that's dealt with at least. You guys, face that way. Most of the enemies that we needed to kill over there are already dead. Alright, they have a huge amount of stuff all gathered up right here. I kind of want to just hurl a Wind of Death through there, but we don't have the magic. Alright, at least we have all this mortar fire coming in. Alright, the Mourngulls finished their job. Alright, as we finish dealing with the enemies over here, Okay, looks like we are just about in that place, actually. We finished dealing with the enemies over here. We can really refocus all of our attention on this area over here. I probably want to stop firing artillery in at some point.
Pistols loaded!
I don't know. Maybe we just keep it raining. Need one more winds of magic here. Come on. Oh no, that's right. Hers doesn't cost 11 because she does have it mastered. Get out of there. The mortars are firing specifically at these crabs, it seems like. Let's get back over here and take cover. There we go. There's that good gunfire now that we've opened things up a little bit. Bail out. Everybody bail out. All of the gunners just focus super hard on Vlad von Karstein. He's ancient and extremely tough. But he's not that tough. Nobody is that tough. Maybe he is? He's really not going down. Okay, there we go. Check out his sword. That's a really cool sword. Alright, he's crumbling pretty badly now too, so. Okay, I can't help but notice that it seems we have lost a lord here. I think Robert Hodgson died. His army suffered 41 losses, and he was one of them. But we did lose a level 7 unit of crabs. That is a real shame. One of my level 6 units leveled up, though. It might have been these guys, actually. So all we really need is enough bodies here to hold against that little counterattack that's incoming. And if we do that, which I think we should pretty cleanly here, I think Peggy's army alone would be able to handle it, then I think we're going to be successful in wresting all of this stuff away from the von Karsteins. There are Wood Elf cities and armies down here, but we don't actually have to interact with them, because all of the stuff that we need is owned by the von Karsteins. It is a shame to lose such a developed unit of crabs, though. These guys are really powerful. Also, it really seems like the loading out of battle has slowed down over the course of the campaign, doesn't it?
This isn't the gods' victory. It's mine.
It doesn't feel like it takes nearly as long to load in as it takes to load out. Well, let's get Will Amstrel back. Will Amstrel is in the recruitment pool because I gave his army to O'Bones McDonald when he regenerated. Alright, please do not change my camera angle. I find that very annoying.
Admiral of the fleet.
I don't know why it would ever do that, either. Or why it only does it sometimes. Well, Hardened by Death has got to be the right second skill, right? Prometheans and the Necrofex Colossus together. This one gives leadership and melee defense and speed to the Sirens. No, Hardened by Death has got to be right. And yeah, Peggy Rains is just awesome. She is so powerful. Alright, well, I guess let's get... We also lost a unit of rifles, so I'll just get another unit of rifles. That is a lot of horses, I'll say that. And I guess I can't get over to Sartosa to attack it this turn anyway. Let's just chill out right here. I will also grab something from the recruitment pool. I mean, really, melee is all we need. You know what? Full-arm deckhands are actually pretty good. Alright, so we've established our foothold here. We have our high regen region. Magritta is not on the list, right? No, Magritta is not on the list.
Admiral of the fleet. Setting sail.
Okay, I think they're going to have a very hard time standing against us. As you can see, we really have gotten an awful lot of bodies over here already. Actually, can O'Bones McDonald... Ah, no, I can't actually reach the island in normal movement mode. Well, he'll be able to join in on the Siege of Sartosa next turn. It's only got 13 units in its garrison, so, like, does it not have a garrison building? Oh, we do have a cove here. Whatever. We'll replace our cove. We'll replace the half income from the cove with the full income of the settlement. Yeah, it looks like they didn't actually build a garrison building. This provides a little bit of a garrison. Okay, well, that's going to be an easy enough take. Ronnie Jackson is also headed down because it turns out that we do not need somebody to stay up here. Public order is actually completely under control. Sailed right past that location of interest because it is not, to me, actually a location of interest. I guess we could finish leveling up the garrison structures over here, just that it's not super compelling for one of the Wintertooth or Norskin factions to run over. Not that we actually need that territory anyway. Billy Doo is going to stay right where Billy Doo is because somebody still has to field Khemri armies. Two Toes Adley is also on her way over. This is mostly what you missed. It was 5 turns of me doing that with every one of our armies instead of only half of them. Tim Fenn should try to join up with O'Bones McDonald. And actually Lenny Sealegs maybe should also... Or I'm going to send Lenny Sealegs over to Lucchini. He'll join up with whoever has an open slot. And what position... Oops, what position did we lose from our lords here? Fleet Treasurer. Well, that's not okay. Billy Doo, you are no longer the Fleet Beastmaster, a position which has no value at all. You are instead the Fleet Treasurer. It's pretty much the same thing, right? It's probably the same thing. Listen, it's all a lot of spreadsheets. That's the secret about being a commanding pirate. There's just really a lot of spreadsheets involved. If they told people that, nobody would ever want to become a pirate. Alright, so once we take this, I assume we're going to have to defend it against a couple waves of Wood Elves, because it looks like they're itching for a fight. And then we'll split some of our armies off north. We'll leave like 1 or 2 armies in this area to play defense. We'll split 2-ish of them off north. Because we're going to have 5 armies down here once Celostra arrives. We can play 2 for defense in this region. Split 2 or 3 off north. Probably like 2 off north to fight the Wood Elves. And send Celostra down to clear Khemri herself, maybe? I mean, we have more armies coming, obviously.
Don't threaten me, vampire.
Okay, this time he wants to pay me 9,000 gold for peace. I'm actually extremely down for peace, but you have to move out of some settlements first. Yeah, honestly, if we could get peace with the von Karsteins, that would make our lives a lot easier once we have all the settlements we need from them. Oh, cowardice. Just open cowardice right there. Yeah, the more I think about this Tree of Ages thing, the more I think it needs to happen. Just the idea of these vampire pirates flooding into Athel-Loren and burning the whole thing down. It's filling me with a terrible kind of glee. Probably because of the way the Wood Elves have treated us so far. Okay, we are expecting that Burke Black is going to get totally murked by Orion here. You know, I can see why that might be the expectation. I think they might be right on this one. I don't think it's as bad as the auto-resolver is going to make it, though. If we press that button, Orion's army is probably going to win this with barely a scratch. Yeah, I left my armies a little bit too far apart here. I wasn't expecting to have to fend off Wood Elves on the sea as we are crossing to fight vampires. Vampires, of course, the natural ally of the Wood Elf. Yeah, he has a good number of flying and cavalry units. He does only have 2 archers. I don't know. Maybe we can do this. I don't think so, though. Okay, just everybody get kind of in the middle. This is one of those ones where we have to move after setting up anyway. So we just need to be You know, this terrain is not as bad as I remember it being. Are there maybe multiple versions of this map? And then we have 2 units of you guys right here. And 2 units of you guys right here. Sorry, I had to drag that in the opposite direction so they're not facing backwards. The artillery is pretty much where the artillery needs to be. And Burke Black just stands up at the front of it all, ready to get into trouble. And we have Sirens watching the artillery. Okay, that's as good as it's getting. Wow. A lot of direct hits in that artillery strike, but you wouldn't know it by the amount of damage that was dealt. Okay, so first things first. The Way Watchers must die. Starting to see artillery, or we're starting to see gunfire. Just keep an eye on it. I don't know that I want to pop the thing just yet. That dragon is not quite in range, but we probably need to focus on the dragon the moment it is in range. And I suppose I should be laying down this kind of stuff. Okay, that's a pretty good opening volley. All of you guys on this side really need to be on dragon duty immediately. There's also a tree man. Tree man's gonna have to get dealt with. We'll see, man. There's a lot of problems here. Burke Black has Fireball. That'll be useful. Oh, I should definitely tell these guys all not to chase. Nobody's chasing right now. Actually, we probably need to have a lot of these guys shoot down this eagle real fast. Okay, we're going to have to watch our angles. We're going to have to reorient a bunch of these guys pretty soon. Okay, we want to fight our lord, which is good for us. Dragon is not dying as quickly as I would like. Okay, never mind. Never mind, he's under control. Alright, I guess I'm just going to have all the guys that were firing at the dragon now fire at the tree man. Driven off the wildwood dudes, deckhands are going to crumble pretty quickly under the assault of all these cavalry units, but all we really need to do is hold them back for a little while longer until this stuff is a little bit more resolved. I really wish we had summons in this army. I'm going to throw a Spirit Leech on the tree man. And then he's going to come over here and help with this, because it seems like this side is a little bit more out of control for whatever reason. What are you guys doing? Fight the cavalry. Fortunately, they're charging into the back of their own units, which does blunt the charge effectiveness a little bit. Come on, finish that tree man. Okay. Now all of you guys have to turn and fight this dragon. And you lot have to kill the Wildwood Rangers, and there's Treekin over here that also have to die, but like, yeah, we're in some trouble here. I guess just attack those guys. I'm gonna overcast a Purple Sun Azirius right here, maybe. Let's hope that goes well. If it wanders in a bad direction, this may be a total waste. And it's an awfully expensive thing to totally waste. Know the deal. You guys step out of the way. Yep, it wandered in a bad direction immediately. Cool. Cast the damage resistance buff on you. Okay, my units are not firing their guns at all. Great. Sometimes they can shoot at larges over other units, and sometimes they can't, and there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. Alright, well, we're going to have to fall back on shooting at incoming melee then. I mean, we're just dead. It's over. We lost way too much containment here. Okay, try to spread out as thin as possible. What we want is for the dragon to only be attacking one of these units at a time. I would love to turn and fire on it, but I'm really worried that if I tell them to do that, they're going to try to run into melee. Let's get these sirens up here. Okay, there we go. We're getting some gunfire. Yeah, we're not going to get to cast again. I can do this. Soften the dragon up a little bit. Yeah, but like they even have enough. They just have enough units here that they're able to engage us one-on-one. Each of my gun units with one of their melee units. Come on, get the dragon. He's hanging in the air. Ah, he's landing. Maybe they'll be able to shoot at him. We should at least try. You can never tell when they're going to be able to do it or not. Obviously, the more damage we do here, the easier it's going to be to take this army out with the next group. And we can trivially resummon armies now that we have a bit of land to call our own. Alright, fight. Fight, kill as many things as you can. Done a pretty good job on the Way Watchers. These guys are too close already. Yeah, we're not going to get any damage done there. It's like right here, we're getting so little gunfire. Why? There's so many enemies. Oh. As soon as I fire, that's the moment when they finish off the last of the deckhands. Please just get a little bit of gunfire into this eagle. It's so close to death. They got giant dogs made of light leaping all over us. I don't even know what that is. It looks like the, I mean, they must have a metal caster. Right, because we've seen the raining metal and the dogs. But those dogs have a very different coloration than the ones. I thought the ones that were in the metal school were supposed to be golden. Also, why would the wood elves have access to metal magic? And that seems so. I guess they like forges and stuff, right? They must, because they have a Val's anvil, and they use metal weapons. Seems to me it would be dangerous to operate a forge in a society where half of your population is made of wood. Well, whatever. Okay, so we did okay there. This is a good army composition for fighting us. They bring enough cavalry and flyers that it is awkward to defend with the armies that are a little bit more ranged heavy. My suspicion is that if this were one of the armies that has like 5 or 6 units of crabs in it, we would have done a lot better here. I don't know if we would have had enough damage to power through them, but we certainly wouldn't have gotten so many people charging into our guns right away. Well, Orion has removed all doubt in my mind. We are definitely wiping out the Wood Elves and burning down the Oak of Ages. It is one of the settlements that we could own for an objective. We could just go over there and control it. No. No, it's going to the ground. He didn't make it home, but I don't think we're going to be able to catch him. And yep, the Warriors of Chaos are still kicking around somehow. Okay, I don't know who those guys are or what they're doing over there, but they need to back off. Oh, I didn't resettle the Poxmarsh. I don't know if that's even worth doing. I don't know if I care. Yeah, I feel like it could just despawn all these guys now. All the pieces of 8 navies. We really don't. They're not relevant at this point. Alright, Burke Black was wounded once again.
Admiral of the
I feel like he, in particular, spends a lot of time wounded. We probably don't need anybody else to do this, right? The whole garrison is Graveguard. Weird.
Serve for eternity. Attack. Their shark bite.
Okay, they have a couple units of flyers. Yeah, it's just all Graveguard. Well, we probably don't want to go up on the walls then. Do I want to just
Fight.
encircle here and have somebody come to support us?
The dead.
What does the map actually look like? Really didn't think that was going to be such a difficult question. Okay, so they definitely have corner towers. There are dead zones where we could just hide and pound them with infantry, or artillery, but not a ton of them. We don't really have a great setup here for knocking in the door, though. Maybe we'll hang out for one turn and build a battering ram, and that's how we'll handle the door. Because I really do want both of these armies to move north and try to get Miragliano as quickly as possible.
Admiral of
And they should both be in pretty healthy condition? Yeah.
Ahoy!
Oh, it looks like we can actually just make it there now. Hooray for movement buffs. Alright, let's move
The sea brings
Will Amstrel up first.
March, you dead curs.
It's only a 10-unit garrison. I am maybe over-committing slightly. This is going to give us an awful lot of places to build troops from, though.
Prepare boarding hooks.
Okay, and while they're executing that extremely long move, I guess... Hold on. Hold on, I guess I can wait.
They are shark baits.
Alright, yeah, I'm just going to auto-resolve. We don't need to actually see this. And the damage we take is irrelevant, because we're just going to heal it all off in the turn. Alright, well, Miragliano is ours. I guess that was my first opportunity to fight a walled vampire settlement. Whatever, we'll fight a bunch here. Oh wait, hold on. What I wanted was the building view, not the garrison view. I'm just like pressing the wrong buttons all over the place here. Alright. We kept our public order building intact. That's pretty good. Let's get a proper garrison building up. So what is special in Miragliano? Do we have access to whatever the special building is? No. Oh, okay, it has a unique central settlement building. Not really unique, though. It has that one that sometimes places have that generates extra money. Well, what are you going to do? The good news is the place is already pretty vampirically corrupted because we just took it from other vampires. So our public order should be fine. We don't really need to do a lot here. I'm going to go ahead and build the Cyrene building, I suppose. You know, there's one unit in our army that we've never seen any of. I suppose we can try to rush this up and actually build it. We have to wait for quite a bit of population, though.
An audience.
Alright, Silostra is not exactly at full health. And once again, for some reason, her normal movement range is the same as her full sail movement range. I feel comfortable just pursuing Orion with her. What's he going to do? Turn around and fight her? He is welcome to try.
Foul the sails. Arms on
Right,
deck.
Billy Doo's not going anywhere. Two Toes Adley is still like a lot of turns away. She'll get here eventually.
My pistols speak better than I.
Oh wait, I have to kick somebody out of this army. No, I don't.
Dead.
Never mind, they are actually at 19.
Find that powder cook.
Get in there.
Stockpile.
Tim, get on the shore.
Obey.
Okay, apparently we're going to have to put him in the army next turn. And... yeah. Alright, we'll just go up into Miragliano proper. Lucchini could really use... I guess we could actually get rid of this. We really need a garrison building here as quickly as possible. And Viola Drury...
Deck.
Sorry, I still actually don't have a use for you. Why don't you retire for another 5 turns? Alright, we are now bringing in an awful lot of money, I'm noticing. Oh yeah, right, because we're 1 army short of where we used to be. Well, I should probably resolve that, actually. On this this turn, we'll bring in a new lord, and then we'll summon up an army real fast, and he can just sit in Maragliano for a while. We might see the Khemri come up from the south to try to interfere with us. That's weird. This one does seem to be coming over, but he's coming over from the wrong side. And this one, I don't know what he's doing. He going to Ulthuan? Yeah, it's gonna feel pretty good to take the Khemri capital away from them. I'm not gonna bother trying to eliminate the faction entirely. That sounds like an awful lot of work that I think we all know could be done. If we take their capital away, that'll be proof enough. And also embarrassment enough. Yeah, wow, the von Karsteins are having a rough go of it. We should have a look at their diplomatic situation. I wonder what is going on. Maybe some important things have changed. Oh, here's Isabella von Karstein again. She took over that army that was being run by that ghoul king. So I wonder how many turns off of Skavenblight we are. It might only be a couple. And once we have Skavenblight, we can go ahead and negotiate peace with Vlad. Skavenblight even... is it its own province? Oh, interesting. So he is at war with... oh, just Chaos and Norska and me. Is Norska doing really well, maybe? Well, I refuse, because I would like to kill you. Your foolishness astounds me. Listen, buddy. If I had 5 cents for every time I was told that my foolishness astounded somebody, I would have... what's 4 times 5? Yeah, okay, come and fight Celostra. Let's do this. I am okay with this. I think these guys are going to find that their tactics work a little bit differently against this army. Celostra is remarkably wounded. Not sure why she's so injured. Whatever, she'll be fine. This might be the first battle we've seen her get under half health in 200 turns. This army's pretty ranged heavy. They don't actually have a lot of stuff that's going to come right at us. That's probably going to work to their benefit here, especially since the terrain is garbage. Garbage terrain favors archers. We could try to just take this plateau as quickly as possible. I think that's what we're going to do. So... everybody just get over here, and we'll figure it out. Alright. So the artillery can get, like, right here. Yeah, this'll do. The gunners... oh, the gunners have to move all the way... man. God, I hate hills. Maybe we just fall back? Maybe I should just start at the back of our... yeah, you know what? Let's just fall back. They're attacking me, right? I don't have to fight them on their terms. I can fight them on my terms. You guys can just be, like, over here. Well, okay, that's not at all what I want, but fine. Do that, and I'll fix it in a minute. You guys can be over here. Gunnery white. Sorry, gunnery white facing the correct direction. And then Robert and Celostra. Probably facing sort of the... wow, okay, that's... I clicked twice in the same spot there, and you saw those 2 different locations that it tried to put her in. Alright, enemy reinforcements are approaching. I assume they're going to sit and wait until all of their reinforcements have arrived and then come at us all at once. Fine by me. I don't think it's going to help that much. They really should be advancing on me now while my artillery is moving. This delay probably favors me more than it favors them. Alright, I gotta keep this on cooldown. like block up like this. The other depth guard just behind. These sirens need to be more, yeah, like that. With a lot of armies, you want to be careful about setting up right against the edge of the map, because it's real easy for you guys to panic for a second and then flee, but obviously that is not a real concern with undead armies. Hold on a second. I want to re-angle my gunners a little bit here. We can get ourselves a little bit more time to fire on these guys coming out of the trees. Okay, I don't know why that guy felt he needed to be outside the formation. Here's a forest dragon. I mean, it's just all the same stuff we've been fighting, right? I don't know. I guess we want to save the cannon abilities for the archers. Yep, like that. Okay, so Queen Bess probably devastate these Way Watchers, but let's do this to try to knock them down for a minute while the Queen Bess sets up. It's reoriented for the new target. What they're going to try to do here is avoid me shooting them a lot with guns. And I get that instinct. I see what they're trying, I see what they want to do. But my suspicion is that this is not going to turn out the way that they had hoped. Set up a block for them over here. We're still going to see some approach. Yeah, we still have lots of people approaching from the middle there. Okay, remarkably bad aim actually from our cannons there. Much worse than usual. You know, let's do this. You guys should all be firing by now. There's absolutely no reason we can't be shooting at that forest dragon right at this very second. Come on, guys. I'm going to use these knights as a distraction for a second here. Try to flank around and get into those archers if I can, but I think, yeah. I think what's going to happen here probably is that. Just totally fine. Can she disengage for just a second to do this? Okay. That is not causing them to enrage. Oh, it caused one of them to enrage. The rules for our abilities are remarkably inconsistent. Alright, so that's a bunch of pole arms. They should probably have that under control. On this side, we have... yeah, this thing is not going to go well for them. There's a lot of riders over here who are just going to sit and wait, I guess. So where are my artillery currently targeted? Okay, that's important. We also have these guys to shoot. It is frustrating that they're able to stay in the trees. Wasn't there a second forest dragon? Where did that thing end up? Because it was over here with these guys for a while, wasn't it? Did it back off, or... huh. Maybe there wasn't a second forest dragon? This is an eagle. No, here it is. It's hiding in the trees. I guess that makes sense. It's a forest dragon. I might have our Necrofex Colossus come forward. Now let's just focus on these Way Watchers. So let's get these guns actually doing something. Since it looks like the enemy is a little bit reluctant to approach us, we will just approach them. Kind of an unusual strategy for the gunners, but maybe necessary. You guys could probably be shooting at that dragon right now. And with the crabs and everything over here handling this, have the depth guards stay this way too. Let's have Silostra just handle these guys real quick. Obviously we can do an awful lot of singing here, buffing and damaging and stuff. Seems like an okay time to start a song. That guy's getting a lot of cover from those trees. Alright, so Nostra is needed this away. As soon as he flew out of the trees, just absolutely obliterated. You put that eagle away real fast. So Silostra needs to kill the Ancient Tree Man. But we're going to need to run like this way to intercept. Because he's not just going to stand there. Okay, they're kind of charging. Probably need to provide some extra cover on this side. Robert needs to run forward and fight these dudes. We may regret having moved these units forward. I don't know. Alright, this will slow these guys down. Silostra has another crab summon, right? Yeah, we can summon some crabs over here and hopefully be able to use them as blockers. Guys, shoot the eagle. Shoot the eagle. No? Nobody wants to shoot that eagle? What I would really like is for the crabs to get over there and have Silostra handle this. Like, that may not be in the cards. He's actually taking some damage here, which I do not like. Yeah, some of the, some of these Wood Elf units actually do magic damage, so... That said, she's a killer. She does her thing, and she does it well. Hopefully, well enough. Alright, they have moved most of their units out of the way, so we should be able to charge the Way Watchers with these knights pretty easily now. At least get them distracted. Oh, hey, look! We found the other dragon. It turns out there were 3 dragons. A little bit more dragony than I thought here, owing to the reinforcements, no doubt. We should definitely be re-ammoing Queen Bess a little bit more aggressively than I have been. That's my bad. We should be continuing to retarget the mortars on different Way Watchers, because the Way Watchers are very hard for us to handle. You guys can probably mostly ignore cavalry at this point, but I think we've broken them down pretty badly here. This is already starting to look pretty bad for them. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little worried about the fact that Silostra's taking damage. That's weird. But I think we'll be okay. I think it might even be time for one of these. We almost never do this anymore. Just throw a lot of grenades at these guys. Hey, where's Robert? Okay, Robert's right here. Robert's fighting all these guys and beating them handily. No big surprises there. Silostra's song is available again. She gets to debuff some dudes. The Depth Guard are definitely dying. And it would be a shame to lose them, because they're very, very veteran, but... we do have to win the battle. This is probably one of the hardest fights that Silostra has ever had. The man himself is kind of running out of ammo, huh? He's not a bad fighter. I'm going to have him wade in. Let's actually just go get these dudes. Alright, so over here, you two should be firing at those, maybe? And you two should be shooting at... We kill that Waystalker? That would be pretty cool. Some buff. We don't want to cast the buff. Actually, this might not be a bad time for an Overcast Tide Call right here. And that was quite a bit of damage. I also hit the Depth Guard with it. We have another Tornado available. Not really sure where I want to put it. Robert could probably survive a death tornado, right? The thing is, it's so good right there. Yeah, Robert's tough. He'll hang tough. It's fine. He'll be okay. He's doing alright, I guess. Alright, so this is working out. You guys need to probably reposition a little bit. Dragons down. Yeah, the dragon's down. We've defeated a lot of their cavalry. Some of their magical arrow cavalry has been distracted pretty badly by the damned questing knights, which is great. We've gotten really good value out of our summons here. And if Celestia is allowed to just fight characters, she's probably going to do alright. Although Orion's tough. That's a tough one. I mean, she's actually, like I said, taking real damage here. It'd be cool if she didn't have to do this alone. Now, of course, as a legendary lord, she can't actually die or anything. She's not really hitting him. She might have to get out of here. They're really committing a lot of stuff to try to make that difficult for me. Yeah, she's actually losing. She doesn't seem to be able to deal damage to him. It seemed like for a lot of that fight she was facing the wrong direction. I'm wondering if she was, like, for some reason not targeting him. Because she should not hit him, right? Right? Oh, you need to go, sorry, out of melee mode. Shoot at Orion. Make him suffer. You guys are also in shooting at Orion mode because almost everything here is actually dead. Or has completely surrendered. Our nearly invincible army heroes have taken quite a lot of damage. A really pretty staggering amount of damage. Relative to the amounts of damage they often take. Yep, but now he's in the gun line. He's just too slow to actually catch up with the crab. Well, this gives me all the more reason to burn down the Oak of Ages, because it turns out Orion's a legitimate threat to my reign. Well, good to know. A heroic victory. Truly, that is what we are. Heroes. Great heroes. So, I don't know if we might take that settlement, we might not. I don't know if it matters much. I guess we know that's like the only thing the Wood Elves have over here, isn't it? That one little isolated pocket. I guess we could burn it. I don't know that I want to take it. As a single city, it's just gonna get overrun by rebels at some point anyway. I'm not gonna be able to keep the public order up. Yeah, man, Robert and Celestia both took a huge amount of damage there. And only a little bit of Robert's damage is because I cast that death tornado on him. Just the tiniest little bit. Remarkably, Tim Fenn, who is just made of flesh and blood, fared considerably better there. Are you Tim Fenn? Which gunnery white are you? Will the Treacherous. That's right, Tim Fenn's the second one. Is this a reasonable amount of replenishment? It actually kind of is for a change. Still. What do you mean there's still some of them left? Man, why don't enemy units ever die when we kill them? Well, we're gonna have to finish those guys off, obviously. Can't let them just replenish and be a problem again. So yeah, we'll burn Tabaro, push the Wood Elves back into their stupid forest, and then we'll go into their stupid forest and burn the whole damn thing down. Celestia Dirfon is the Wild Hunter. Really, man? What is... Okay. Plus weapon damage on, I don't know, one of you guys. And causes terror on... It really, like, it extremely doesn't matter. Everybody already causes terror. Okay, so this is a pretty... Honestly, a pretty scary lineup. I guess the cannons aren't going to be great against us, but we do have to deal with them. The Necrofex Colossus is a problem. Yeah, this is not great. All of the pieces of 8 navies just, like, declared war on us. and I'm very annoyed by it. This is not a thing that should have happened. I have other stuff to do. And I mean, any of our losses are pretty immaterial because we just summon new armies down in our new territory. All of the battle sites are already set up thanks to the AI fighting over here early. So we have lots of good raised dead pools, but it is annoying. Also, we're going to lose access to our totally sweet Regiment of Renown gunnery mob, Promethean gunnery mob, if we don't win. That would be annoying. They're going to try to take advantage of the superior range of their cannons and deck gunners, right? We're probably going to have to advance on them a little bit more than I would like. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. I guess like all the rest of the melee can just go right here. It sort of doesn't matter. You guys way up at the front to try to... Nope, can't even reach into their spawn zone a little bit. Right, it's very silly, by the way, that I had to set up first when they attacked me. Let's start with that. I'm going to try to move up a little bit here. Yeah, I don't want to have to wait. They have to come to us. They declared here. But I don't want to have to wait any longer than I absolutely have to. We do have Invocation of Nahek. I guess it might not be a big deal. This right now. Just get a bunch more magic into the reserve pool. It might not be a big deal to take some artillery damage. We might be able to get through. I guess they're not really setting up. Oh no, their carronades are already set up. We're going to do better damage to their infantry than they're going to do to my infantry. If I just ignore the carronades and fire at their guys. Yeah, let's do that. Let's... Screw trying to fight their artillery with my artillery. Let's just try to put down their actual units. Those deck gunners are pretty dangerous. Shoot at them a little bit.
Fleet Admiral! Order it!
How close do you have to get for this fireball? Oh, not very close at all.
Magic!
He shouts blood magic and then shoots a fireball.
At once!
It really only makes sense if your blood is fire, man.
Don't stop!
Oh no, my hidden units, they're revealed. Can't help but notice that there's not a lot of gunfire going on vis-a-vis this crab. Can somebody please explain to me why we are not currently shooting the hell out of this crab? Hey guys, it's that big crab. You know that big crab I was telling you about? He's right there. Maybe do something.
They shall fall!
Okay. Come on, make fast work of him. They're sort of making quick work of him. He's actually remarkably resilient. Alright, get out here and fight these rotting Prometheans with your big pole arm. Hi. Can't help but notice you running directly for my units. That's not okay. Don't do that. Alright, you guys definitely need to focus up on Morgul's. I really wish I had summonables over here. This deckhands mob is probably not going to be any good in actual combat, but I can have it just run at their gunnery mob and try to be a distraction. We can start moving my sirens in pretty aggressively. We're going to do the same thing with the crabs, and what I really want to do is free up our lord. Because, like, the crabs do have to get fought. Somebody has to stop them, but it would be really cool if our lord could get over here and fight those guys. Not a lot of gunfire going into those Morghuls. They're did tell you guys to do that. Alright, let's shoot fireballs at Morgul's. The Necrofex Colossus just walked right up to us, huh? Well, they're pretty good at melee. I guess I understand that. We fixed that one real fast. The power of the gun line is considerable. I think our Morgul's should beat their crabs, right? Their crabs aren't really going to be able to do damage to us. Our Rotting Promethean Gunnery mob should be superior to anything they can muster up here because we have the regen. Their Rotting Promethean Gunnery mob, unfortunately, is probably going to kick the crap out of our gun line if we let it get over here, so we got to be pretty careful about that. Just like a bunch of terrible unarmored troops. Okay. Okay, that's a good start. Really dropped their morale. Oh no, they spawned the deckhand mob. The crew came out of the Necrofex Colossus. Now it is all up in my way. Okay, so you guys are going to have to do the classic split up, and whoever's not being chased gets to shoot the enemy maneuver. You know it's a classic for a reason, right? That guy has to get shot down. Let's do the thing. Everybody else keeps shooting at monsters. I think we're going to handle this. This army's not going to be in great shape when we're done, though. Okay. We'll get some gunfire off here. No, do not run forward. Are we firing? Okay, we are firing. It's hard to see the white projectiles over the white snow sometimes. Oof. We got a lot of... Hey, cast. You know, orders just fail sometimes for no reason at all. Okay, the Sirens are fighting some Morgul's. I mean, I guess I can't really tell them to do that. They have to finish the fight that they're in. I mean, the shooting is happening, right? We are actually shooting. Maybe what I should do right now is try to form up and shoot at this their lord, because if we get their lord down, that would really tear up their morale pretty badly. Wait, did both of my units get completely killed already? That seems kind of crazy. Also, man, how do they have all these units that are like, they get really low on morale, and then they just recover? They just decide they're not going to be low on morale anymore? How do I get some of those? Stop dying, you cowards. Got a really hard time dealing any damage at all here. These Death Guard are getting just enough regen from fighting to not be killed by any of the mortar or gunfire that we direct to them. Shoot them with your guns, don't chase them. You don't need to run after them, that doesn't help us. See that? They were wavering, and then they were just like, no, I'm good. Never mind. I want some of that. Some of that in my army ever. Yep, there. Happened to them too. Oh, no, okay, now they're crumbling. They're crumbling, but they're no longer wavering somehow. Split these units up a little bit. Please, please, please. No, we're gonna die. Well, that's annoying. There's like a bunch of armies that are basically not even part of the game, showing up expressly for the purpose of killing my armies in a way that doesn't really matter. It matters just enough that it's wrong for me to not spend time trying to make it not happen. Also, how did you never fire that second fireball? Or the third fireball? Yeah, we're definitely having some problems here with our units just, like, deciding that the orders I'm giving them are not good enough. No, I don't want to follow that order. Shoot a fireball. No thanks. Alright, so Ronnie Jackson's kind of nobody, right? I don't think we lost an important lord there. This Regiment of Renown is unavailable for 10 turns, which is possibly the entirety of the game that is remaining. So that sucks. Also true of these guys, which really sucks. Those guys are cool. Yeah, that's annoying. And, like, this is not even a real Pieces of 8 army. Because, it was not on our Pieces of 8 menu. It's just nobody. Alright, well, I mean, we'll have the army formed up to the south faster than it would have been if we had actually sailed down here. So I guess that's the silver lining on that. Alright, let's do one more turn here, I guess. This episode's gotten a little long. Maybe I shouldn't. You know what? I'm looking at the clock. Alright. Here's where we'll stop. You can tell I'm eager to get on with it. The biggest problem with those battles, like the one that just happened there, is that in the end, it doesn't matter. If I had just pressed auto-resolve, we would have lost our army, and that was probably the right thing to do, because, like, the whole outcome of that thing is irrelevant. I'm kind of annoyed with myself for even taking the battle, because it could not have mattered. That's just a waste of time. Alright, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when all of the things we're doing are actually going to be relevant to the outcome of this game. And we'll see you then.